The following podcast has been brought to you by Banter Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Banter Club proudly brings to you, we're back for real this time. It is the Wednesday night war.
My warrior, my time, and all that good stuff. For real. After Tuesdays and Thursdays, and this show's on Wednesday, but not that one, and that show's on Wednesday, but not this one, we are back to the norm. AEW Dynamite versus WWE's NXT, head to head at the same damn time.
I would like to introduce myself. I am the Angel Death 6XL, the longest reigning Ramblemania champion of all time. And this right here.
This is I, former 4-time Ramblemania champion of this and all other worlds, TJ the Great. TJ the Great. We are the Banter Club. We are here to discuss the Wednesday Night Wrestling War back on Wednesdays. And with all that, you know, they're back to cannibalizing each other's audiences. But AEW did really good this week. They did 886,000. They were third in the coveted demo, 18-49.
Them boys was third.
Yes.
I feel like the
NXT did 689,000, which, you know, going back to everything we talked about last week is just, okay, fine. They have done their job in keeping AEW under 1 million and trying to stunt that growth. But in the end, you're still hurting your own show more than you're helping it by continuing to do this. So here we are. But in any case, we got two big shows on this Wednesday night here.
Well,
it's
the big show.
It's the big show and it's the giant.
They're standing side by side.
Which do you prefer?
Choke slams everywhere.
Yeah. But shall we do the damn thing?
Before that, shout out to Crucifix Driver.
Yes.
For this awesome ass Vader shirt. It's time. It's Vader time. And all that cool shit and all this shit. Yeah, fucking the only Vader that matters.
Yeah.
Look at the sleeves, bro. Look at that.
The true Vader.
Fucking Mastodon. And then Vader mask and then Mastodon on this side.
Yeah.
And then, this is the Vader with all the cool New Japan. Is it New Japan? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Gimmicks.
Yeah.
That gave him that special helmet gimmick that cost like an arm and a leg, right?
Yeah, apparently it was hugely expensive. Which, as cool as that fucking thing was.
That's why he brought it to WCW.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was world champion Vader. The man who struck fear into many a child's heart in the early 90s and beyond. Mm-hmm. So, definitely
not the one that retired sadly from WWE because he was too fat.
A fat piece of shit, they had him say on fucking national TV.
Fuck Vince. Fuck him with an iron barbed wire dildo.
Been doing this shit for decades.
Fuck him.
Decades upon decades.
Tell him you're a fat piece of shit.
Because you are, pal.
Fat piece of shit. That shit got me so mad. Being that Vader was like my first wrestling toy, and being that Vader was like fucking massive and monstrous everywhere else he's ever been, to come to WWF at the time and do that shit, I was like, that was my first glimpse of, yo, this Vince McMahon guy is a fucking asshole. Like, and I'm not talking about the wrestling character. Like, the real man is a fucking asshole. He really booked that shit.
And there was a lot behind that, Sean and the clique and all that shit, but it was an unfortunate situation when
Yeah, that whole petty squad.
Yeah.
Who ruined tons of people's fucking careers that could have been. Thank God they are who they are now, because I really would have fucking beef with them. I beef with them as much as I beef with the NWO. You feel me?
Yeah. For as much,
that's another thing.
Yeah, as much there's a balance of good and bad that they wrought upon this business.
Mm-hmm.
But
they buried a lot of good people, including Shane Douglas, which I will never, ever forgive.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, all this was because Crucifix Driver made this cool ass fucking Vader shirt, and I am a big fan of Vader.
Yes.
I watched a lot of his old classic stuff just because, I don't know, he looked cool as fuck, and he was like big and badass. And, as a large man myself, as a thick boy seasoned, I appreciate all of it. I like to see, people my size, get some jabs in and look cool as fuck. And he was one of the few who actually made it look cool.
A main event,
including Bam
Hoss.
Bam. Bam Bam was another one.
Hell yeah!
God damn, we had a lot of cool big guys back then. I feel like WWF never really knew what to do with. But then once they went elsewhere, they fucking succeeded.
Yeah, like there's just, it's that thing of a certain level of creativity and freedom that you're afforded in other places that you don't get under that New York umbrella. So.
Yeah. Although this has now become the New York brand, Vince. I'm sorry. It may be based in the South, but everybody that's on top in that whole company is from New York. All right, let's light the fuse and hit the boom and all that good shit. And it goes a little something like this. Oh, there it goes. Where did it go now? Oh, I found him. He's in Hangman Page's fucking bandana. Look at him.
Oh, that's not the place to be.
Bruh.
That's not the place
come here.
to be.
We need you here.
Yeah.
No, we need you here. We need to do the gimmick.
Yeah, we got to get it done.
Oh, I got it. I'm going to throw it up. I got to catch it like a power coin. This got to be like Scott Pilgrim or some shit.
it's morphin' time.
Let Banter.
AEW Dynamite, Daly's Place, 10% capacity crowd. You know the deal. You know the jazz. We open up with a tag team matchup, as we often do on AEW Dynamite, but this one was a little special. It's the tag team champions, FTR, versus Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say hilarious things that ensue during this match. We have awesome, Jurassic Express come out here and look cool and shit, as they usually do.
Yeah.
But then from out of nowhere, a casually clad Young Bucks come down, to the ring. Why? Don't know.
Yeah.
And they kill the ref.
Yeah, just fucking super kick the ref.
Why?
For what purpose?
I mean, I don't get it. I wasn't there,
I don't know what words they had.
I just know they came out, they fucking circled the ref, and like two sharks just doom. And I was like, and then, cool as shit, they kind of follow them going backstage. And as they go backstage, sitting in Gorilla is, of course, Tony Khan.
Yes.
And they just take a whole bunch of Young Bucks and throw it in his fucking face.
Yeah. Same.
And then they have a little banter with FTR, and then they piss off.
Yeah, like, obviously knowing they're going to get fined again, because as was stated last week, you cannot attack, AEW officials and interviewers and things of that nature. Non-competitors. You can't do that. They're off limits. And the Young Bucks do not give a shit. They're here to do what they want. They're their old selves again. They're the old Young Bucks.
Go home, Young Bucksy.
They are those Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Chris, go home.
This takes us to FTR and Jurassic Express. It's always a good ass styles clash in FTR matches. You got Jungle Boy, he flip flops and flies around, but then you'll have Dax and he'll cut him off with a stiff ass elbow. And he played babyface and peril most of this match to Jungle Boy. Mm-hmm. But he gets the hot tag, that Dino hot tag, the Luchasaurus, which the end bits of this match were really, really good. The crowd was biting on these near falls. The Jurassic Express love is very real. So Jungle Boy, he hits a top rope crossbody, and then they start exchanging roll throughs. He and Cash, which fucking great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he sends the whole second half of the match just basically trying to catch Dax off guard, which I'll roll through and catch you in a roll up here. I'll roll through and get you in a roll up there. Dax and Cash had to stay on their toes dealing with Jungle Boy the entire second half of this match.
Yeah, they found their little spots here and there to get around the bullshit, and that way they can got me. No, you don't.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Eventually they take Luchasaurus out on the outside, which that leaves them to take advantage of the numbers game, Mago. And Dax, he rolls up Jungle Boy, and Cash and Tully, they assist him. They pull on them for leverage, unbeknownst to the referee, getting the victory for the tag team champions. A really good opener. Really, really good.
And then, Tully throws up Dipset at the end because...
Yeah. Gang shit. Okay, Tully.
Did you notice that shit?
Yeah.
Why?
What type of gang shit are you on, Tully?
This Dipset.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, are you from the East Coast? I don't even...
Yeah. Good say. Again, New York runs this thing, all right? Understand. But yeah.
Oh, man. Hot mess, yes.
Another excellent tag team opener for AEW Dynamite. It's Clockwork.
This is becoming like their signature now.
Yeah, it is what they do. Mm-hmm. So we go to Alex Marvez backstage. He is with Private Party, who is tending to a laid out Matt Hardy. He is down and out.
Yo, he had so much charisma during that whole I'm being facetious, by the way. Yo, Alex Marvez had the excitement of a piece of paper during that whole segment. It was so bad to me. I was just like, yo, Matt Hardy's dead.
Yeah.
You feel me? They just found him like this, and they're trying to figure out, instead of him yo, we should go get some something oh my God, I can't believe this. Somebody call yada yada. He's just standing there. Take a look at this.
Matt Hardy just taken out here. Isn't that something?
The fuck?
Marvez, this is why the Bucks super kick you.
Facts, bro. How you over here just come here. It's a secret.
Yeah, hey, get a load of this.
He needs to talk to Jonathan Coachman and Kevin Kelly and just ask them, how do I get right in between both you guys?
Yeah.
How do I make it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's too WWE for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's mad WWE for me.
Robotic.
Deadpan.
Yeah, robotic deadpan. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Terrible. It's just, Alex, my man, you were doing all right for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then this shit.
Do better. Do better.
Do better.
So Jericho and Hager walk up and with their bat and they're mocking him isn't that unfortunate? Shame that Matt Hardy got taken out like that. And this whole thing pretty much insinuates that it was them who did it, even though they would naturally deny such a thing.
Yeah.
But, And that takes us to the next match on this card, this goddamn match. Hangman Adam Page versus Frankie Kazarian.
Yes, please.
So a lot of people have been saying it. Did the G1 come early this year?
Yep.
Technically not early because it's late, but you know what I mean. Fucking the way they worked this match, the intuitive counters, the back and forth, just the silky smooth counters down the stretch. This shit felt
and
like
the hard hitting lariats.
Yes.
Come on now, the hard hitting lariats.
The way they basically like structured the whole thing around hitting lariats on each other.
They just murdered each other for like about, what is it, like 30 minutes? What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like, at least. Fucking, this should have been the Iron Man match in NXT. What the fuck is going on?
God damn, this was a really good fucking match.
Hell yeah. I don't know if Tony Khan was just like, go out there and fucking murder.
Yeah.
But that's what they did. And I was just like, why?
I think the homie Kaz, the original NPC on the program here, you gotta let him know.
Yeah.
The homie Kaz had to remind people who the hell he is.
Yeah. Yo, I don't know who he think he is, but he grew his hair out and all of a sudden he fancy, huh?
He did his thing tonight. And it's like I said before, he's been doing his thing on Dark and everything. But he got the show out against Hangman. And hey, guess who's on commentary? Hangman's old partner, Kenny Omega. There is like this standoffish attempt at objectivity in Kenny's commentary, talking about every time Hangman gets in a little bit of trouble, he's like, oh, he's got to look out. He doesn't have a partner anymore. I'm not going to be able to get him out of this, so let's see how he does. Like, real passive-aggressive type shit.
He's a petty-ass female.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. You petty as fuck. Let me ask you a question, right? If you really not trying to be this man's friend, not trying to be associated with this man, trying to move the fuck on, then why don't you just move the fuck on? You see, because it's all a lie. There's resentment. You feel me? You feeling something. You feel me? Or like Biggie said, you're feeling something. You're feeling something.
Feel some type of way.
Some type of way. Make me feel some type of way. And you know how I know you're feeling some type of way? Because you wouldn't be there, bro. You wouldn't want to be. If you really ain't trying to be in somebody's shadow, you get the fuck away from that motherfucker as quick as possible. And you didn't do that. What you did was you actually sat there and let me talk shit about this man, even though I don't want to be a part of this man at all. Lying, and I ain't talking about Lucius.
And then, sure enough, Hangman gets all his shit in. Like, this was a great reminder of why Hangman was like one of the most over dudes in the company prior to the pandemic hitting. And then the crowd was loving all the cowboy shit. Hangman is a star. But yeah, I love the story of this match. Just, and Kenny even talked about it on commentary. Two guys who have been working tag for a while, trying to get back into the groove of singles, and you can tell that Kaz had a little bit of a leg up throughout most of the match because he's already been doing singles, whereas Hangman is just getting back into that fold. So they do a bunch of cool counters around the buckshot to finish, but Hangman's finally able to get it done, and he gets the victory. This was a hell of a match. Hangman, he celebrates, and he looks toward the entryway because he knew that Kenny was out there. So he looks to see if he's still there, but Kenny had already gone by that point. Like, as soon as Hangman won, Kenny just got up and was just like, all right, and he left. Didn't give Hangman much of a second thought. He gave him a glance, but didn't go to the ring, just left. So Hangman, after seeing that Kenny dipped out on him, sad.
Yo, he just, such a lonely day, and it's mine. The most loneliest day of my life. I don't want to sing anymore for copyright reasons.
Poor sad Hangman.
It's a day that he'll never miss. Oh, Lord.
But yeah, this 1-2 punch of opening matches for AEW Dynamite, maybe the best 1-2 punch they've ever had. That opening tag was really good, and go out of your way to watch this Hangman versus Kaz match. It was fucking great. But
definitely.
Up next, MJF Jeff versus the Captain Shawn Dean.
Jeff.
That salty man, Jeff, taking on one of the Dark mainstays, one of the big homies on Dark, Sean Dean, the captain. But he's unfortunately getting sacrificed to the mad god known as Jeff. He of course gets the win with the salt of the earth.
In 2 seconds, bro.
Yeah. Poor Sean Dean just gets murdered.
Forget counting 3. The ref just said, well, he's not breathing anymore.
Yeah. He's out of here. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And then he has Wardlow quickly dispatch of the captain, and he grabs the mic. He says, we can all agree that MJF is an honest man. And the crowd immediately is like, no, you're not. No, you're not. And he's like, all right. So you can't deny that Jon Moxley cheated at All Out, and I should be the world champion. In fact, he demands that Justin Roberts and everybody else refer to him as the undefeated, undisputed, uncrowned world champion of all elite wrestling. Yes, Justin Roberts, recite that exactly, or he threatens him with the Wardlow. Says, it's clear that you need to be a part of a group to get ahead here in AEW. Everybody has aligned themselves with some sort of group to get ahead. They pop up weekly by this point. So maybe it's time that me, who has always been somewhat of a lone wolf, maybe it's time that this lone wolf find a wolf pack. So we'll see. We'll see.
He said the thing.
We'll see who comes back causing mass destruction.
The thing with this situation that I find a little strange is, why is everybody such a follower in AEW? Yo,
he said it. You need a squad.
Factual. I'm sorry. You stop being a follower, son. Do your own thing. And you know what's crazy? I was gonna say something, but then they kind of proved me wrong later. Like, the world champion is like the biggest loner out of everybody.
I mean, he is technically.
You feel me? But then they did this whole situation later that we'll talk about. But the point is, like, first off, freaking Nyla Rose comes out and does it. Oh, I need a manager. Everyone has a manager. And then he comes out and he's like, oh, I need a squad. Everyone has a squad. And then the only dude sitting up top by himself with the damn title belt. I have one. Why am I acting like pretending shit like I ain't got one? I can actually do that shit. John fucking Moxley.
John Moxley walks alone. And then he has the title.
I'm sick of all these
talking
people.
out their heels. So, technique by Taz.
I never understood a damn thing. Immortal technique by Taz.
Technique by Taz. He is doing Ricky Stark's spear this week, and of course, what it leads into his Rochambeau finishing maneuver, and talks about how those two maneuvers complement each other, and gives the addendum that Ricky Starks will dismantle Darby Allin anytime. Whenever you show up again, Darby, Ricky Starks is going to take you out. So, we cut to the ring with Eddie Kingston, the Butcher, the Blade, and the Lucha Bros. He reminds us, he's got 3 things to remind us of, this Eddie Kingston.
7, so before, because this is a thing now. Whenever he comes out, we have to say, it's Yonkers time!
It's Yonkers time, yes. Yonkers in the building. We got Eddie Kingston. He reminds us that, for one, I never lost the Battle Royal. All right? Look up the rules. You got to look up the rules. And he is right. He went through the ropes, not over the top. He never went over the top. Therefore, he was never technically eliminated. He's right. So, there's that. Then he says, these men in the ring with me, we are not a faction. We are not a stable. We are not a group. We are family. All right? Agents of chaos. And then he says he needs some victims to demonstrate what he's talking about. So Penta and Phoenix, they grab some of the Dark Squad from the crowd, including poor Griff Garrison, and they murk them all, beat them down in the ring. And he says, after that, he gets to the third point. Now that we've all gotten our stuff together, he looks at Blade. He's like, my friend, it's time for you to get your house in order. And JR and Tony are like, what the hell does that mean? But damn it, we know what it means. He's getting his bunny back. He's getting his goddamn bunny back.
Oh, crap. QT, watch your mouth.
QT, you're a dead man. And you're already a dead man because you've been beefing with the Dark Order. That leads us to the next match. Private Party versus the Inner Circle. Another very good tag team match on this show. And like Chris Jericho and Jake Hager talked about last week, they're trying to shoot up the ranks in the tag team division. They want to go for the titles. This was a really good match. Again, Chris Jericho and tag teams always been a good thing, especially at this point where he gets to take it easier and not, be in there for long singles matches. He gets to split the workload. I think this will be a good step for him to take at this point in his run. But Mark Quinn, another really good hot tag is Mark Quinn. Especially when he hits that big ass tope con hilo to the outside. The air he gets on his dives is crazy.
Yes.
Mark Quinn gets crazy air. So they fight back in the ring. Isaiah Cassidy, he ducks the Judas effect. Because as Excalibur points out, the last time they faced off, Jericho hit the Judas effect on Isaiah Cassidy and pinned him. So good scouting, good learning from the last encounter. He rolls Jericho up, and that gets a 2 count. He goes for a senton, but he whiffs. And then Jericho this time hits the Judas effect. He ends Isaiah Cassidy. Jericho and Hager get the win.
Now, here's a little something that was kind of cool. The way that I, watched this match was literally, I was watching AEW, but, on one screen, and I was watching NXT on the other screen. And I had people there at work who were just hanging out. So they were watching. As they watch NXT, they're like, oh, looks really gritty. I like that. Is that what WWE looks like now? I'm like, no, just NXT. And then they take a look at AEW and they're like, yo, but that takes like real like talent. Like those guys are extremely acrobatic. And I'm like, yeah. And it goes to show like, these two shows are so much better than the main roster that when they see it, they just think that that's what the main roster became. And I'm like, nah, these are two different companies. They're completely, one of them is completely detached from WWE. The other one is their developmental company. And it's just like, main roster, like, look, like, I'm tired of saying it. And, we've been saying it for years at this point. But NXT got something, and AEW definitely got something. So
it takes me back to the original point, from take these two shows off of head-to-head, put them on different days, because, like, I want to see both these shows grow and become the main representation for pro wrestling in the United States. Like, because people say that, professional wrestling is niche nowadays. The boom is over. There will not be another boom. It's just the audience is capped. But I feel like the potential for growth is only capped because the main representatives for what the industry is are Raw and SmackDown. And those models are, like I said before, fucking outdated, need to be fucking overhauled from top to bottom, and they're not a good indicator of what modern pro wrestling really is, what the best of modern pro wrestling really is. I feel like AEW, Dynamite, and NXT are much better representations of what it is. And if those two shows were able to grow to the point where they could be the main two shows in America, then it'd be wonderful. But, it's a pipe dream, I guess.
I still find it insane that, like, literally, this is the first Wednesday night I've ever worked. And the moment that people actually saw AEW and NXT, they were immediately, and these are people that are not wrestling fans. They probably haven't watched wrestling in a long time. They're just there and they see, well, Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, and they're like, oh, I know those guys. Then on the other side, they see Finn Balor, and they know him from main roster, so they're like, well, I've seen this guy before. And then it's like, wow, this is not what I thought. This does not look hokey and crappy. Like, this looks fun. And, like, they were enjoying it and, like, cheering it on, and they didn't know what the hell was going on. But they were enjoying the fact that Mark Quinn is out here flipping, flopping, and flying, and they're seeing freaking Chris Jericho out here being Chris Jericho, Jake Hager throwing motherfuckers around it. They're just, like, intrigued. Like, wow, man, what happened? Like, this is awesome. Is this what quarantine did to wrestling? I'm like, no, man, it's AEW, you know what I'm saying? And NXT, they're just a different breed when it comes to the main roster. And I feel like if more people were exposed to wrestling like this, it'd be a way better situation. Yeah. And like you said, yeah, fuck it. Put it on Tuesday. Because if you put NXT on Tuesday, then I can put it for my customers on Tuesday. And they'll just stand there and be like, yo, this shit is really good. Then I can put this on Wednesdays. Exactly. Yo, this shit is even better. What's going on here? They'll just immediately just have their mind blown. Like, yo, this is something else.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, get it together.
Give
me the good stuff.
Yeah, but post-match, Jericho, he beats up Isaiah Cassidy a bit more. But Mark Quinn is able to make the save with a big Pele kick. He sends Jericho and Hager packing. So with Private Party, despite losing, they get to stand tall at the end of it and, you know, get a measure of revenge for the attack on Matt Hardy. And that leads us into the next match for the NWA Women's Championship. Ivelisse with Diamante versus Thunder Rosa. So these two opened with Lucha and it got shaky. But then they started stiffing each other. Apparently Ivelisse threw a hard one and Rosa gave her the receipt. But after that point, fuck it, I thought this was a pretty good match. when they started stiffing each other. Like, it felt like a fight from that point.
Yeah, but we still gotta you know, have that idea and that thought in our heads of like, that's a little saucy right there. We gotta calm it down a bit, you know. We have to worry about their well-being, spirit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For what that's worth, again, them stiffing each other made for a solid fight. Rosa, she scoops her off the ropes into the DVD and eventually gets the victory. 1, 2, and 3. Post-match, Diamante hits the ring and they both just jump Thunder Rosa. They start to beat her down. And Ivelisse, she takes the belt, you know, to try to stand tall with it. Yeah. But the AEW Women's Champion hits the ring. Hikaru Shida comes in. She sends them both packing. We ain't gonna do that gang shit without some more gang shit. And then, you know, she gives Thunder Rosa her belt back. Respect. And that takes us to Kip Sabian and Miro, the best man.
It's fuckboy season.
Yeah, it is fuckboy season. They're pumping iron, they're training, they're getting ready. Miro's like, are we getting in the ring? We're getting ready to devour in the ring. But Kip's like, nah, before that. We got to do some things before that. Remember? Bachelor party. So then Miro's like, oh, yes, of course. You know, as the best man, I'm going to be in great shape to have the greatest bachelor party that you've ever seen. And then, you know, they throw in some banter about Call of Duty because, you know, we stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
And, you know, basically this was hyping up the big bachelor party that Kip has got coming up for his wedding.
Yeah, Miro is in great fucking shape.
Yeah, Miro looks like a fucking tank.
Absolutely great shape. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm ready to see him.
And he's super tan and
ready to see him devour, as he keeps saying.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Lance Archer and Jake the Snake Roberts. And of course, as is customary with Lance Archer, he has to murder a man before anything else, before the talking or anything else begins. Somebody's got to die. So after a man is killed, Jake is like, sometimes in life, entertainment, politics, wrestling, you end up in bed with people you may not want to be in bed with. We need two men for the Jake with your. It wasn't as bad as last week with the nuts.
Can we stop with the old man dirty innuendo bullshit? I'm not with it. It's Jake the Snake Roberts, bro.
I mean, but
no.
Jake was always low-key a pervert. Now he's an old man as well.
It's creepy.
But he's like, hey, we need two guys.
Do it better.
Do it better. He's like, hey, we need two guys for the 6-man next week. So if you must lay in bed with the devil, it may as well be the Tasmanian devil. And he calls out Taz.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. So here comes Taz.
Oh, man.
And Taz is like, hey, we're happy to do business with you, Jake. And, we got a deal here that when Archer destroys Mox at the Dynamite Anniversary show, Brian Cage gets the first shot at the AEW World Championship. And, Lance is like, Team Taz, you are the enemies of my enemy. So we're friendly right now. So I do promise I will take that title from Moxley. And I don't care who complains about it. After that, the Murder Hawk Monster and the Machine are going to tear down Daly's place. And then that prompts John Moxley to come out. His music hits. And he comes out in the crowd amongst the fans and they play off the gimmick from All Out. The fan.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, you don't like it?
Nah, it's you're playing too much with reality.
Yeah, but I mean,
you know what I mean?
But at least they got that guy, and hopefully it shows a lesson. They did. Yeah. So hopefully it doesn't become a trend. Like it in WWE, I feel like that should happen to him like 3 or 4 times. But hopefully, yeah.
I don't understand. What is it with everybody trying to party with Moxley?
Yeah, like I get it. He's a babyface. He's the guy, but let him be. But yeah, Ricky Starks, they play off that, and Ricky Starks he plays a fan in the crowd and he attacks Moxley. Cage comes out. They beat him down. Fucking Archer and Jake are narrating this from the ring. Yeah, beat him down. Soften him up. I need him softened up.
Oh, my God.
And then, fucking, of all people, Will Hobbs runs up the entryway, and he's got a chair in hand.
You mean Bobby Lashley with hair?
Bobby Lashley with hair. He's looking like a fucking walking Armageddon with that chair.
He's mad.
Yeah. Ready to murder everything in sight.
Stocky as fuck.
Yeah. Fucking Jake is like, get out of there. Get out of Run.
Oh man.
Jake was fucking great. This whole end bit.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hobbs makes the save, and then Mox, he announces him as his partner next week. He's like, let me introduce you to my partner, someone who is in no way afraid of your little punk ass hit squad. Will Power, Will Hobbs, and then of course, I think we all knew who his third man was. But of course, he looks right at the camera, says, Darby Allin, get your ass to Jacksonville next week. So we got a 6-man tag, and we are going to war. This segment,
and we're gonna like turtles.
Yeah, we're doing all the turtles out here. This segment was hype.
I like turtles.
Seeing my boy Will Hobbs getting after he officially signed with AEW, like he got his contract. So getting your contract, and then later on you're in a segment with the world champion. You're gonna do a 6-man tag with him. Take a bow, Will Hobbs.
He did the deal.
Did the damn deal. You love to see it.
You gotta love to see it.
And just like that, it's main event time. Parking lot brawl. Santana and Ortiz, Proud and Powerful, versus the Best Friends, Chuck and Trent.
Now, normally I would be out here singing, you know,
That's what you do.
That's usually what I go for. But tonight, I'm going to sing, I'm out for presidents to represent me.
I'm out for presidents to represent me. The classic. The classic. Because Santana and Ortiz represent with that face paint, that dead press face paint. Everybody had fucking the movie, Dead Presidents. That fucking VHS cover. Legendary shit. Gang shit.
Yeah. Whole lot of gang shit.
So, off rip, you know, this shit is getting real. And this was insane. This was one of the best street fights I've seen in a long time. Parking lot brawls, whatever you want to call the damn gimmick. This shit was crazy.
This was tag team Eddie Guerrero versus Cena.
Yes. Major SmackDown versus Raw vibes. Fucking
OD. This felt like a video game, yeah.
Fucking Ortiz gets put under the hood. Tony is gleeful in noting that. He's under the hood, guys. He's under the hood. And then fucking Chuck sentons onto the hood. And then Trent also sentons onto the hood. Murder. Fucking then Santana, of course.
Just flattening.
Got that damn nightstick. Pulls out the damn gimmick. Fucking Ortiz, he pulls out a sledgehammer. Fucking just yeets it over at Chuck Taylor.
Yeah.
And it cracks the fucking windshield of the car.
Yeah, I don't understand how you yeet a whole ass sledgehammer.
Yeah, just
like like, why would you do this? There's so many people around you. Like, this could be some serious shit.
right?
Yeet.
God could have murked poor Brandon Cutler over here. Like, chill out.
OD. Oh man.
Fucking Chuck takes the barricade, the steel barricade, sets it up on the side, and usually when you set up something to put someone through, you go through it, but not this time. Chuck Taylor.
Nope, not an AEW.
No, he bucked the trend and he successfully suplexes Ortiz through the steel barricade. Fucking Trent, they go to the top of the car and he pays dearly for it. Ortiz power bombs him on top of the car. The bumps these dudes were taking in this match, these car bumps,
yeah, we're going nuts.
Nasty. And then, of all things, fucking Santana and Ortiz do a double power bomb on Trent through the fucking windshield. Fucking Trent's back.
Yo, funny things. I remember there was a part when Trent was fucking around, and I forgot what he was doing to Ortiz, but he was trying to set up something on like the trunk of a car.
Oh yeah, he had like the wooden pole thing.
Yeah, so he had the wooden pole thing, and he was hitting him with it, and then it like bounced back and smacked him right in the fucking thing.
He stopped for a second, was like,
whoa. That was good.
This match was the best kind of brutal. So Santana, he grabs a pipe and goes to fucking kill Chuck Taylor, but he pops the trunk, and out of the trunk is Orange Cassidy.
How? Where'd he come from?
You pop the trunk and
where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from? Orange Cassidy. No, that doesn't.
Pop the trunk and get a goddamn Orange Cassidy. He's got a chain around his hand, and he murks Santana with the orange punch. Then Chuck stuck pile drive Santana on the car, and then Trent has got Ortiz over on the back of the on the Jeep, and he hits him with the he crunches him up on there through the fucking wooden board.
Yeah.
Ref counts 1, 2, and 3. Best friends get the win in a hell of a street fight.
Best friends.
And for the perfect ending, to cap it all off, Sue pulls up in a new van.
OG Sue, son.
OG Sue pulls up to take the boys home after a long night of wrestling, but not before flipping a complimentary one of these to sign us off. Flipping the bird. What an ending. What a fucking show this was. This was one of the best shows.
That last image. That last image is definitely an album cover.
Definitely. No question.
Definitely. Like, you see these two in the van like this, Sue giving the finger, and then in the back you see Orange Cassidy getting in. Fucking, that shit that's an album cover if I've ever seen.
Iconic shit.
Yeah.
This was...
Oh, by the way, they also didn't because remember, they also set up that whole board thing, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So they also didn't go through their own trap.
Yeah. So this time they made sure we're setting this shit up, but we're not going through it.
Yeah.
They did.
So like, again, yeah, they don't go through their own traps. I guess that's their gimmick.
Yeah. AEW out here
cool.
bucking trends.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was top to bottom from that opening tag to this main event. And again, because I cannot stress it enough, that fucking Hangman Kazarian match. This show was
fucking
outstanding.
Hell yeah.
Matches, promos, storytelling, everything you could want in a 2-hour wrestling show. I feel like you got it in this show. So, a hell of a follow-up to last week's show, which was really good, and pushing toward that Dynamite anniversary show. Strong stuff.
I mean, it was a decent show. Well, more than decent. We had that crazy-ass fucking Adam Hangman Page match, and we had this crazy-ass parking lot match. I fuck with all of it. It did good. Like, that's the thing. Like, with AEW, I rarely have any complaints. My only complaint is, like, stop making Jake the Snake Roberts a fucking pervert.
Calm
like,
down.
he's too old for that shit.
Hey.
You know, like, stop talking. Laying in bed with other men. Oh, yeah, we're gonna come all over you. Like, what is this shit, man? The fuck are you doing to my homie? Ripping his shirt off and having him say everybody dies on his back. Come on now. Do it better. That's the only thing. Other than that, I don't complain about much when it comes to AEW. AEW is pretty good.
Yeah. Strong stuff. And that will take us into the next show. And now, it is time. It's my time.
It's time for the war.
My war. My time.
His war. His time.
My time. My time. My time is time.
Now it's time for my gimmick. It goes in a song like this.
Yes, sir.
Then. Well, first I want to do this part, though. Devin, are you ready?
I am indeed ready. Yes, I love prepared for this.
No!
Oh, no.
I said, alright, you are ready.
I am ready.
He is ready. Then, for the thousands in the tents, and the millions watching at home.
Yeah.
Let's get ready to Banter.
NXT, as always, from Full Sail University.
They are not your kind.
They are not your kind at all. as they open with two women, one of which particularly is definitely not Wade Barrett's kind on this show. NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai taking on Shotzi Blackheart. Non-title competition. Wade Barrett is like, Shotzi is a weirdo. I always stay away from the weirdos. Like he keeps talking about despite her lunacy, she's a very good athlete. Lunacy.
Yo,
she's not crazy.
Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett is a trip, bro. I don't even know how he. I'm glad they got him on there, like basically full time now, because golly, man, that shit was great. He had a few lines, tonight. Like he's barific when it comes to him. I like him.
Yeah, he's fun. He's a good time.
Yeah, I saw him in the UK do a few things, and I liked him. So just to hear him here, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's got chops. But
yes, sir.
Shotzi, she wants to shake hands to start, but Io is like, nah, fuck your code of honor. It's time for the graps. So, yeah, Io very much works as a cocky champion against upstart babyface Shotzi. Throughout, they go through picture-in-picture, and Io stretches her throughout all that, and Shotzi makes the comeback once they're back on TV. Io, she goes for the Tiger feint kick, but Shotzi dodges and drops her with a Tiger suplex for a 2 count. And then immediately chains in a cattle mutilation. That shit was cool. So
she went for a 619 and got into a cattle mutilation.
Yes.
So Tev is like, it's a tiger feint. It's a 619. Goddammit.
Io escapes.
It's a 619.
She hits the 619. Does Io? And she goes for the moonsault, but Shotzi gets away and follows with the top rope Rana. That gets a 2 count. They fight up top. They go down to the apron. Io kills Shotzi with a German suplex on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. Don't you understand? Io?
That's the hard. You know what I noticed though? Their hardest part of the ring is actually pretty well padded.
Yeah, it's almost
when
as
she landed. It was kind of smooshy.
Yeah, it's almost as if they realized that they're going to be taking lots of bumps on that part, so they decided let's just protect it. So
yeah, it's nice and smooshy now.
Yeah. So I guess due to that, Shotzi is able to kick out of the pinfall in the ring. So Io decides to end her with the top rope moonsault, and that is what gets the victory. A really good match. Shotzi looks strong in defeat. A star-making performance of sorts for Shotzi Blackheart against Io Shirai.
Oh yeah.
And then post-match, she has even earned Io's respect.
I was gonna say she showed more or less what all that stuff that Wade Barrett was talking about. She showed how she could put that shit aside and just straight up go out there and have a good match. Like she went out there and did her thing. She's like, yeah, I got all this crazy going on, but when I get in that ring, it's ass whooping time. She did her thing. I wasn't expecting to see her wrestle this fucking good.
Yeah, she broke out. She broke out a lot of cool stuff.
Joint manipulation.
Yeah. Joint manipulation. It was a good match.
Yeah.
So that takes us to the next match. Tommaso Ciampa versus Desmond Troy.
Yeah.
Poor Desmond will not survive this match. He is the sacrificial lamb to Tommaso Ciampa's rage. Ciampa murders this man with ease. And then post-match, he grabs a chair. He's going to beat him down some more, but Jake Atlas comes out. And he has words for Ciampa, this Jake Atlas. He says, I'm not going to attack you from behind because I'm not a coward. But next week, I'm going to get in that ring and I'll take you on. I know you've been one of the top guys on NXT for a long time, but you know what? I'm going to show you. It's my turn to eat. I want to see the tape. So he gives him a challenge. He lets that go for next week.
So Jake Atlas just called up DMX and said, how did you say in that song? how does it go? How does it go, DMX?
I believe it goes, y'all been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. Keep it real, partner. It's needy.
That was pretty good. I was hoping he catch that right quick.
Yeah,
Because unfortunately, this fucking what do you call this shit? This internet situation.
Yeah, this
likes to tweak on us, and it's fucking with us right now. So it's pretty funny. I was like, please.
I'll never miss an opportunity for DMX.
I'm feeding you the line. Go, please.
It's like a Ricky Morton comeback. I'll bump and feed for that all the time. It's light work. But we got Drake Maverick showing up to the PC.
Yeah, Drake.
He is asked on how he plans on teaming with Killian Dane against the Undisputed Era, despite Killian Dane making it clear that he has no intentions of teaming with Drake Maverick. Well, we're not friends. We're not partners. Fuck that. So Drake is like, we have a common enemy, so I hope we'll work together, despite the fact that, I've been given every indication that he will do the opposite of work with me. I don't think I have his number either. Do you have his number? Can I have his number so I can try to talk to him? Fucking Drake is trying to make this work, but it ain't working. We got the champ, the NXT champion, Finn Balor the heel, Prince fucking Devitt. And he's praying again. He's praying. Says, Adam Cole, he may be undisputed, but there's only one Prince. Says, everyone's been asking me, how's this reign different from my first one 4 years ago? Says, 4 years ago, I made the brand, but now the brand needs me. Says, being NXT champion means that this is the most important title in this business, and everyone has to line up for a chance to face him. So, get in line.
So, Tevin, you see how earlier I said that, when I was at work, I was showing people, situations. This is where we come back around again. So this is the part that they were saying. It's like, but this is really gritty. This was the part. And they saw this Finn Balor promo and they're like, that's fucking gangster. And then I'm over here like, you see? You see, WWE? What are you doing over there? Come on, man. If you had all your shows look like this, they'd fucking love it. They another thing that they loved was the fans doing the whole dude. They love that shit. And it's like, main roster, we could have all this, but you sleeping right now. Oh my God, you snoring with the foot on the pedal. Come on, man. What the hell?
They gotta, we got Austin Theory. He comes down to the ring. To the hatred of the PC plants, they despise him. He says,
fuckboy season.
I am a future first ballot Hall of Famer. And my loss to Bronson Reed last week was a fluke. And he says, to prove that, I'm laying down an open challenge. Anybody can answer it, so who wants it? And out comes the Kushida. Kushida hits the ring.
He comes out and he's not with anything, bro.
He's here to kill him.
He is not with anybody's shit. He's trying to murder him. Like when the people at the store were like watching this, they were like, "Yo, is this personal?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is personal. Everything right now is personal for Kush. He going through a little metamorphosis right now."
Yeah, Kush not with no bullshit no more. And the commentators even note that apparently he injured Velveteen Dream last week. He hurt his arm. And he'll fuck around and do it to Austin Theory too. On play. And man, Austin Theory, he stupidly throws a forearm at Kushida on the outside and ends up hitting the post and ends up paying for that. It's back in the ring. Kushida gets them Danielson stomps, puts on the hoverboard lock, and Austin Theory is done. Kushida gets the submission victory. More of the Kush killing people, please and thank you.
Kush right now and his new gimmick is absolutely amazing. I marvel at the fact that they did this with somebody who I was like, they're really just gonna leave him there? He's just gonna come out and have great matches? That's gonna be the end of Kushida? And then finally, they're like, let's add a little story to him. Let's make him a savage. You know what I'm saying? And I love that.
Yeah, like this is goddamn Kushida. So glad to see they're getting it right. And on to another thing that Candice LeRae is at home with Johnny Gargano.
Yes.
Furious with Tegan Knox for ruining their television. Which apparently, according to Johnny, they haven't even been downstairs to clean their house. They've been in the guest room watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Next week, there is a women's battle royal, and the winner will become #1 contender for the women's championship takeover. So Candice, she says she will win that, and she will eliminate Tegan to do it if she must. She gave her a chance, but she turned her back on her, so now she's done for. So there you have it. Those wacky Garganos.
Skip. Fuck them.
NXT Tag Team Championships on the line. Breezango taking on Imperium. Breezango got some new stripping music once again. You'd love to see them get new wacky stripping music every week.
Oh Lord.
And Imperium also has the lighter version of the song, which clearly pisses them off.
Yes.
And they rush Breezango in the ring and then take advantage of the bedlam to isolate Dango. And then they cut him off and keep him in their corner of the ring for the majority of this until he's able to get the hot tag to Tyler Breeze, who runs wild, but Eichner cuts him off, catches Breeze in midair and drops him with a suplex for a 2 count. They try to repeat that spot outside, but Dango cuts them off with some super kicks, and Eichner drops him in the ring, puts him down with a deadlift German suplex. That gets a 2 count. Imperium goes for the European bomb, but Dango saves Tyler Breeze, and Breeze hits the Rana on Eichner for the 1, 2, and 3. And they play their usual song post-match. So I guess that stripper song was just a one-off. But this was a solid tag team match. Imperium getting to look like killers again after the sadness of doing nothing forever and then losing the belts. But they look good in this match. So I don't know if they can go back to NXT UK just yet, but hopefully they're back on track.
They'll be there soon.
Yeah.
They'll be there soon, most likely. Because they already started it.
NXT UK is
started today.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I look forward to watching that later. Something that I noticed about this match, it kind of felt like, those kids that are just like always like, let's talk high school sports and shit. Those kids who are just always like, they're just incredible for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like, they take absolutely nothing serious. Everything that they do is a fucking joke to them, but they're just incredibly amazing at everything.
Fucking prodigies.
That's what it felt like watching Breezango versus, Imperium. It was like the kids who just always go out there and like work super duper hard. And, they're usually the guys who win at everything because they work super duper hard. But then these dickheads who never train, never do shit, they don't give a fuck. They're just great for no reason. Come out here parading around with their belts. And then you're just like, these motherfuckers. That's what this match felt like.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, Imperium trying to restore that honor that they perceive as lost with the titles in the hands of Breezango. But Breezango are just so fucking naturally good that these titles are going to be jokes for a little while longer. Jokes for a bit longer.
Just remember. Tyler Breeze wrestled Jushin Thunder Liger.
Hell yeah,
just remember.
Never forget.
Jushin Thunder Liger's only WWE match was against Tyler Breeze.
Yes. In fucking Brooklyn, of all places. Can't believe I saw that shit in person. I saw that shit in person. Hell yeah.
Just remember that, son. All right.
Up next, Jessie Kamea and Xia Li versus Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter, KC squared in the building. Kaden is still here. She is not fully indulged in the NPC life just yet.
Do you remember when back in the day when I guess a racist fan mistaken EO for Xia Li?
Yes.
And he told her, "Go back to China." She said, "I'm Japanese, bitch." And then she did a split. Why is EO so fucking gangster?
The best.
I love EO. And I love Xia Li. She's another badass woman. But I just remember that. And it makes me laugh every time because she just answered with no hesitation and then did a split.
Yes.
A whole lot of gang shit.
For people who do not know, Xia Li is Chinese. Io Shirai is Japanese.
Yes.
They are not the same.
Japanese.
Yeah.
No. Stop being racist.
Yes.
Next.
So, Jessica Maya is pretty tall. She's already kind of tall, but like with Casey Catanzaro in there, she looks fucking Amazonian. Yep. She looks like 6'5".
Yeah.
So
I would love to see her next to Rhea though. Like she looks like she could even out tall Rhea.
Yeah. Yeah, Jessica Maya, pretty tall. She is tall. But
yeah.
Kaden, she gets the hot tag in this match, and they hit a crucifix driver combo with Casey rolling through on the back end to get the cover, and that gets the victory for KC squared. Yeah, they're definitely working some kinks out in their game, but I'm glad they're pushing them because like I've been singing KC squared praises for months now. So post-match, they shake hands with Jessica May, give a little fist bump, and they wanted to do the same with Xia Li, but Xia Li she's a little too upset for that right now. She's not happy about losing the match. So she walks off.
You know something that I noticed that was like kind of strange in a way, but funny? When I think there's a part where they do like a double kick or some shit. And what's this girl's name? Kamea? She's on her knees and she's literally the same height as Casey squared. Or just a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
That's how tall this girl is. She's a tall girl, man.
Yeah. She, she's already a tall girl, but when you put her in there with two girls as short as KC squared, because they're both short, especially Casey Catanzaro, that size disparity looks even crazier. It was a fun little match, a fun little showcase for my favorite two up-and-coming gals on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
But we got Drake Maverick. He finds Killian Dane in the back. They're in Gorilla. And
yeah,
he's like, "Hey, our match is next. Are you ready?" And then Killian Dane reiterates, I am not your friend. I am not your partner. If you're going out there, you're going out there alone. So good luck to you." And Drake, ever the optimist, is just like, "All right, I see you out there." And he just turns around and heads to the ring. Man.
This segment was literally just, "I'm not your friend, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy." And then at the end, he goes, "Listen, Maverick, I'm sorry. Gotta tell you, don't worry. I will be late. Don't stay up and wait for me."
Before Drake is sent to the Wolves, Tegan gives her rebuttal to Candice and says, "You wanted a new follower for your Gargano way, and I wanted my friend back. It seems like we're both not getting what we want. So I'm moving on to the Battle Royal, and I'm going to win that Battle Royal next week. And I'm going to love to see the look on your face when I do it." And then she looks ahead to Io and says, "Io, this time, everything is different." So Tegan Knox calling her shot ahead of next week's Battle Royal.
Was it just me, or does she have a Captain Marvel chair?
She does.
It looked to me like, at first glance, I said maybe Wonder Woman, but I think it's Captain Marvel.
Yeah, no, she's a Captain Marvel girl.
Yeah, so see, my brain,
Yeah.
was putting 2 and 2.
Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish versus Drake Maverick and, well, supposed to be Killian Dane, but it seems like it's just going to be Drake Maverick. Yes. Roddy and Bobby hit the ring, and Drake hits the ramp, and he awaits his partner, but his partner does not come. Wade Barrett, he smartly notes that your friends don't punch you in the face every time you see them. It just doesn't happen.
Facts.
It's true. It's true. But Drake, despite the fact that Killian Dane is not there, he is no coward. So he takes the match anyway. Here we go. It starts, and Drake, he gives a decent fight, but with no partner, there's only so much he can do. But they make this way more entertaining than it should be for way longer than it needed to go, because Drake Maverick is great at being a babyface and power, fighting above his head.
Absolute underdog, the greatest. You know who he is? He's Mikey Whipwreck.
Yeah.
He's NXT's Mikey Whipwreck, bro. He
takes punishment. He's great against sympathy. Yeah. Great at it.
Yep. Like, it's like if Marco Stunt and Mikey Whipwreck had a child, it would be Drake Maverick.
Yeah. And because he's so good at it, like, this match worked every time he would make his comeback, and then Roddy would cut him off with some brutal ass backbreaker. It was good stuff. So eventually we cut to the back again, and we see Regal. He walks up to Killian Dane like,
oh my God. Regal literally just comes out and goes, shame. Shame.
He guilt trips him. Shame.
Shame.
Fucking Dana's like, I didn't sign up for this. Shame. You want me to go out there? Shame. I'll go out there. I'll show you.
Shame.
So he leaves, and we go back to the ring. Roddy and Bobby, they throw Drake out of the ring, and Dane comes out, but only to toss Drake back inside. And he tells him, you take your loss like a man. And he turns around and he's going to leave. So fucking Roddy goes full Saturday morning asshole jock. And he's like, you get out of here, you fat dork. And then fucking Dane comes down like,
you fucking what, mate? That's exactly
what.
You fucking what? Oh man! And then you know what happens? He murders. He absolutely murders.
He gets involved.
He goes full fucking what's this guy's name? Lance Archer, and everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Yeah.
Roddy, they've got to cut him off with a chair. They get themselves DQ'd to get away from Killian Dane's wrath. So Drake, he comes back in, and the crowd's going crazy, and he's looking at Dane. He's like, "You and me, we're a team. We're a team." And then Dane just looks at him and decks him again.
Gotta go.
Drops.
He's going to a place nearby, Tevin.
Yeah. We're not a team, mate. I don't like you.
Yep.
But that's where we leave that. But yeah, this all worked much better than you would think. And the moment that Killian Dane finally just goes, fuck it, and he decides to stop punching Drake, it will be a nice moment. They're doing all right with this so far.
I mean, I kind of like it. It's weird, it's random, but I kind of like it. I don't know, man. I guess here's what it is. It's missing like a big angle type situation.
Yeah. And it feels very, mid-card.
Yeah, it's just because of the fact that I guess the whole situation where like they really just lost two of the two guys they were building.
Yeah.
So it's like right now it's like, all right, let's just have some random stuff and just put it together and just rush it out.
Yeah.
Up next, the emancipation of Jake Atlas.
Yes. Jake Atlas is in the parking lot. He talks about the bold choice he made in challenging Tommaso Champa. But you speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Champa, he attacks him from behind, starts to beat him down.
Yeah.
But it's broken up by a group of guys, including one, Kyle O'Reilly, who just,
what up, though?
he's emitting pure Canadian rage. As
Facts.
he's like, what's your freaking problem? It's the freaking parking lot, man.
Freaking.
Yeah, freaking.
Why is he acting like this is new? Even he himself has done devious acts in this parking lot. This parking
everybody,
lot. Yeah.
Everybody does dirt in the parking lot. It's NXT.
Exactly. That's what we do here in this parking lot. This parking lot is only for nefarious means.
Yeah, it's just not for fun. No good things ever happen in this parking lot. You know
Never.
this.
If you get dropped off even 2 inches away from that door, you're getting shot.
The NXT parking lot is the worst hood in WWE in the WWE universe.
That shit must be in Dade County, motherfucker. How?
It goes down.
Oh man, that's a Florida
but Kyle,
joke. Florida,
he's not with it anymore.
Yeah.
He's not about that life anymore. He going clean.
Oh man.
But I mean, it's especially funny because you had guys that were fighting in the freaking parking lot on the other channel at that very moment.
Yep.
But but I guess the thing is they agreed to that.
Yes.
Jake Atlas did not agree to that.
Yes.
So yeah, you gotta give the man a heads up, but it's the hood, so you can't expect that. But I gotta say, you got Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole both seemingly going babyface. Yep. Then it seems like you got some potential beef brewing with O'Reilly and Champa. So I would like a babyface Future Shock, Cole and O'Reilly, versus a heel DIY. Please and thank you.
Wow. Huh.
I think it might be
How would that go?
Some shit. They've crossed the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn line with Gargano and Ciampa at this point, so they can put them together.
You go? Okay.
So, yeah, we can do it. Yeah. We back. Yeah, we got William Regal. He's got an announcement. A new match.
Yep.
Which he is calling a Gauntlet Eliminator. A 5-man match under Gauntlet rules. It has a new entry every 4 minutes. And the last man standing is the number 1 contender and will face Finn Balor for the NXT Championship at TakeOver. So
is this the Royal Rumble?
It's like a mix of like the Scramble, the Rumble. It's a
This should have bootleg Royal Rumble.
But it's only 5 dudes. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah. It's a 5-dude Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And aren't we having like some crazy women's Royal Rumble?
Yeah, a basic battle royal, but you know, same. So
we
difference.
we gonna have a whole show of Royal Rumbles next week, is what you telling me.
Yeah, whole lot of people.
And we're not gonna call it the Royal Rumble. NXT presents the greatest Royal Rumble.
Don't give them ideas. They might try that for a ratings pop.
Oh,
well, if we put the Royal Rumble on, people love the Royal Rumble. They'll watch.
Oh Lord, please no. Please don't make an entire Royal Rumble episode. Golly. Anyways, up next.
It is time for the main event.
Yes. And not only is it time for the main event, but it's time for Volley and Thunder.
The Thunder guy. Yes. Our sworn defender of Earthrealm, the NXT North American champion, Damian Priest. He's going full raiding this week. Rocking some classical whites with some golden accents.
Yep. And he got that like whole Shawn Michaels jacket.
Yeah. He
looked straight up fucking Lord Raiden-esque. Like, it's almost like he's been listening to us and said, fuck it, I'll be Raiden.
Yeah, let me pop on Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, when he was doing his ring gimmick, Did you notice? They had the flashes of thunder everywhere and lightning.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I
sees you,
think they
though.
listening to us, low-key.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers know we've been calling him Lord Raiden. They were like, we should do a Raiden gimmick for this guy. Yeah, that sounds good.
It's a good idea, yeah. Anything to do more cool lighting.
Yeah, just give him flashes of thunder and lightning and cool shit.
Yes. But Damian Priest is here to defend his North American Championship against Timothy Thatcher. And this was a fight. Thatcher, just like he said he was going to do, just like he pointed out in his Thatch Can class, he went after Damian Priest's arm. You love to see that continuity. So Priest, he makes his comeback, but Thatch, he tries to stop him with a big-time slap. And a normal man would go down in such a slap. But not Damian Priest. All it does is
Lord
piss
Raiden,
him
son.
off.
You just thunderclap the Thunder God. He's going to thunderclap right back.
Yeah. All that did was power him up. It gave him a boost. He gonna hit you with that EX
shot
now.
you with his fucking arrow shit. You know what I'm saying? He just goes. Then in my head, I just hear. I hear the arrow in my. I don't know. I like to visualize shit. I'm sorry.
It's a good vision.
Timothy Thatcher was out here kicking ass. I'm sorry.
He was out here kicking ass, but
yeah.
he pisses Damian Priest off, and Priest drops him with a monster lariat. But he foolishly leaves his feet. Timothy Thatcher said, "Never leave your feet." And this is why. He catches him and he goes for the Fujiwara armbar. And luckily for Damian Priest, he's tall enough to where he can reach the ropes from damn near the center of the ring.
Yep.
That's what height'll do for you.
He's
so
a tall boy.
Gets back up. He nails South of Heaven with damn near one arm. That gets a near fall. He goes up top, hits the top rope wheel kick, and he follows it up with the Reckoning, and that gets the 1, 2, and 3. Damian Priest retains. Really good match. Really good match.
My son. My son is the GOAT, bro. I like him, yo. He's mad cool. He's very chill. I don't think they could have found a cooler looking motherfucker than this guy. This guy's mad cool looking. Like, if he had an action figure, I'd buy it. Wait till Vince sees this motherfucker.
Hide him.
Yo, at least Keith Lee wore a singlet this time.
Oh, I guess that's better. Yeah, that's better.
I fuck with the singlet. The singlet actually looks cool on him. He was rocking a singlet backstage. I don't know if he wore it during his match, but I know backstage when I saw him, he was rocking a singlet, and I was like, that looks badass. It gives me Scott Steiner vibes. Because it was like really low. And I was like, ooh, Steiner vibes. I like that shit. Fucking, if they flush it out and make it a full Scott Steiner joint, I think he'll look God in that. But Vince, stop trying to cover up this man's belly. Like, it gives him character. He looks cool. It's not even that big. Mine is bigger.
Like he has a fucking football player build. Let him rock. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares.
Vince is butthurt, yo. That's just all it is. His butt is just hurt from being fucked with that iron spiked. That shit I said earlier. Fuck him.
Fuck him. But that was NXT. Good show.
Yes, it was.
That finally it put some semblance of a build toward TakeOver, which is in 3 weeks. They haven't really been doing anything toward it because of the situation, the injury situation, and everything. But now the card is starting to sort of solidify. So good to see.
They felt kind of short.
Yeah.
And it's not because they were short; they were the regular time. It's just not much happened. It was more match based than like story based. So it just kind of felt like, okay, match, a tiny bit of story, match, a tiny bit of story, match, a tiny bit of story. And it felt a bit like that on AEW, but that ending and that one Hangman versus Kaz match. See, that's where AEW win. It's just they do better shit.
You know,
for that main event, I don't think I would have picked Timothy Thatcher. I mean, I love Timbo, and I love everything he could do in the ring. But when it comes to that North American title, I would I would look for somebody who makes sense in that picture. I feel like he's like Timothy Thatcher was kind of like doing his own thing, and then putting him in a match with Damian Priest is cool, but he's not the guy I would have liked to choose for this situation, especially since it's the first time that they're going, back head to head against AEW. Right.
I mean, I will say that if you want to have like a different looking match for your main event, Timothy Thatcher will give that to you, because no one in WWE has matches like Timothy Thatcher. So there is that. But yeah, I can see what you mean.
But then you have on another TV playing, and it's Proud and Powerful over here having one of the best brawls I've seen in a hot minute with the Best Friends, and you're just over here like, my whole focus switched. It was like NXT what? I just looked the whole other way, and everybody knows I love me some Timothy Thatcher, and I love Damian Priest, but there was nothing there for me. Like when it comes to like a reason to care versus like, oh, this is the Sue's mom's match, you know what I'm saying? Like Sue's mom, Sue's Van match, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they did her dirty. It's time to get the wreck, and that's how I felt. But
and I mean, it ties in again for the third and final time. That's what you get when you continue to make these shows go head to head. If WWE takes NXT and puts it on Tuesday or Thursday, then you don't get this situation where you have to compare this match to their match and realize that your match came up short, because there's no way you could have matched this crazy ass thing that they spent weeks and weeks building on the other show.
Yeah.
You just, well, this was really good for what happened on Tuesday. Like you can stand alone. Yeah. You can be judged on your own merits instead of against this other show. It's just better all around. But you want to have this fight, so fight on.
It is what it is. Because to be honest, like as I was watching this, I was like, yo, this is not a bad match, but this match is just better. It just is. And then Orange Cassidy popped up, and I was like, yeah. It's like they knew exactly what to do over here, and then you guys over here were just sleeping. What happened, Vince? Well, not Vince, Trips. Damn, that's what hurts, yo. It's not even, it's Trips. Trips, what is going on, man?
I think it's what we talked about. It's that reactionary nature of this whole war.
If Vince is behind this, and you can't tell nobody, like you could tell me, bro, I'll go rescue you, bro. Like, I understand this nigga's crazy. Just blink twice.
Blink twice if you need help, Triple H.
Please, bro. I got your back. I'll show up, bro.
Don't sneeze. He hates that.
Oh, man. Hot mess. Well, this has been the Wednesday Night War. We've been the Banter Club. Tevin! Tell them where to find us.
Yeah. You already know where to find us. Find us on Instagram at Ramblemania Show and at Banter Club Podcast. Find us on Twitter at Ramblemania, Facebook.com/Ramblemania Show. And also find our group there, Ramblemania Show's Banter Club. And that is where, many of the memes and all these things are posted, and that is where it goes down. As far as the audio goes, we are everywhere audio is found. That is Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Anchor, TuneIn, Overcast. Everywhere your podcasts are found, just search Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. As for the visuals, that is right here. YouTube.com/Ramblemania Show, or you can search for us, Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. And when you get here, click the like, you subscribe, and you click that bell so that when we drop the new ish, it goes straight to you. Ding! And as for me personally, find me on Instagram at TJ the Great One. That's TJ the GR, the number 8, the number 1. And find me on Twitter at TJ the Great. That's TJ the GR, the number 8. It's as simple as that.
TJ the Great. You can find me on Instagram at the number 6, the letter X, the letter L. That is at 6XL. You can find me on Twitter at Double I, double X, ain't I great? Ain't I?
Ain't I?
Oh, man. Tevin?
Yes, sir.
Hit him with a little too sweet. And a good fight.
And a good night.
Blagger, 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 blagger. Hold it.